Hi guys, good evening. Welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Eddie, and in tonight's video I will be doing my delayed episode review for the latest episode of Spike TV's The Mist, which premiered this past Thursday night. Like I said, I was in Comic-Con, so I missed it, which is why I just finished watching it right now, and I'm about to let you know what I think of it. Please be warned that this video review will be full of big spoilers, as usual with all my big episode reviews. So if you're not caught up on The Mist, please do not keep watching or listening, as I will be going into spoilers. So you have been warned. That being said, this was a very interesting episode. You know, we saw a couple of interesting love scenes, and we learned a couple of character secrets. Apparently, spoiler alert, Kevin is not the father of Alex, and that she is the daughter of one of the many men that Alice once slept with when she was a wild, crazy party girl. But they've raised Alex under the impression that Kevin is indeed her father because she loves him and he loves her, which is understandable. And Brian is not Brian. He's a guy named Jonah, I think. That was what the real Brian Hunt referred to him as when Mia discovered him in the hospital. So that was something. And it got pretty intense there for a while when we saw, Kevin trying to perform life-saving surgery on his older strained brother, and that was pretty exciting. I mean, going through this hospital wing filled with the mist itself, and then being attacked by like this disgusting swarm of leeches. Ugh. Although I will say it did remind me of one of my favorite creature features, Slither, featuring Michael Rooker and Nathan Fillion, directed by James Gunn, who of course has now become the man behind the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise. Anyway, but then they're attacked by this swarm of leeches, which was just nasty as hell. It's just like, oh, I mean, were they already there in the hospital being used to, on patients for blood-related problems, or did they come along within the mist or something? Who knows? But that was pretty nasty. So to top it all off, we had some pretty good human drama with some pretty nasty creature effects. In this case, attacking leeches and whatnot. And even though he so desperately wanted to save his brother, he technically kind of did when he put him out of his misery and finally shot him. And it's too bad too, because they probably could have reconciled if the brother had lived. But unfortunately, he didn't. But now Kevin has discovered that he is capable of firing a gun, firing a weapon, which I'm sure will come in very, very handy in the episodes to come. So now he knows he can fire a gun, and he knows that he can kill a man. Unfortunately, his first victim was his own brother, but now he knows that he's capable of doing it. And so now he is indeed a man who is capable of protecting and doing whatever needs to be done for his family. He tried to save his brother. He couldn't. He shot him, still saving him in a way because he wasn't dying or in horrible, horrible pain like he was with the big metal pipe in his liver. Oof, that was painful. Oof, ouch. But, it was good. And then this episode, like I said, was interesting, and it kind of threw me off. Was like I wasn't sure what the significance was behind the love scene between Adrian and the bully who wailed on him in the men's room. Obviously, they made love after he hit him a couple of times. So maybe the bully was like a repressed homosexual, or perhaps he's bi-curious like Adrian, if Adrian is bi or gay, whatever. But I'm not really sure what that scene was supposed to really do for either one of those characters. Was it meant to be for more of a relaxed moment, like we're momentarily safe, so let's celebrate that fact kind of deal? I don't know. And then the other thing that kind of threw me off was the flashback to when they were first moving into their house. I think that was more, now that I think about it, that might have been more meant to establish tension or a strain between Kevin and his older brother, and then between Mike and Alice as well. I mean, that there's some past indiscretions there, some past resentment and whatnot. And I think that's what primarily the flashbacks were for, you know, them moving into the house, and also, of course, for the big reveal that, oh my God, Kevin, you are not the father. In this case, that is true. Apparently, he is not the father of Alex, and it makes me curious as to who the father is, and if he'll appear in this show or not, and if he'll appear in this season, or if he's a character we've already met and it just hasn't been revealed to us yet. But either way, you know, this was a pretty good episode. Just a few scenes that threw me off here and there, but overall, pretty damn good. I'm curious as to see what the next episode could bring us. And now, where the hell is Mia going? Why is she suddenly driving off? Like, has she suddenly lost faith in all her friends because Brian, you know, just lied to her? Or did he even know he was lying? He seemed to sincerely believe he was Brian Hunt. He honestly thinks that's his name. And whether or not, and I think he really is suffering from amnesia. So something happened to him to make him believe he really is Brian Hunt, because he looked as equally confused when he saw the guy's file next to his bed and it said Brian Hunt, and the look on his face said, that's me. So something's going on. But now, of course, the next episode, we're probably going to see Kevin and Adrian, at least. If Brian doesn't join them, Kevin and Adrian will probably still try to get to the mall with or without the car. Or maybe we'll see Mia crash or try to drive her way out of town and something happens to her. Who knows? But it's very interesting the course these characters are taking. Unfortunately, our little band of interesting survivors, where we had the high school misfit, the father trying to get back to his family, the amnesic soldier, and the junkie with a dark past, the little band has kind of disbanded for the moment because Mia's taken off. And the amnesic soldier is now kind of crippled and in the hospital, walking around with a cane. And Adrian and Kevin have are both still there. They're still together, so those two could still go off. But our little band of misfits, so to speak, has now disbanded. But who knows? Maybe they'll all reunite eventually. So we'll see. We will see. But overall, good episode. I had a few off moments here and there. When I say off, I mean just kind of threw me off, like, okay, like a few confusing moments here and there, but overall, not bad, pretty decent. And like I said, you know, with every episode that ends, it keeps me tuning in to watch to see what happens next with these characters. So yeah, we'll just see it again this Thursday for the new episode. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. What did you think of this episode? Did you like it, love it, hate it? Please leave your comments, feedback, and opinions down below in the comments section. I'd love to hear from everybody. You may disagree with one another, of course, but as usual, please keep it civil and be respectful of one another's beliefs. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget the Mist premieres with new episodes Thursday night on Spike TV, and make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can continue to follow along season 1 with me here on the EdWord. Have a great rest of the night, everybody. Thanks again for stopping by, and of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.